time for more Pantera. I checked out their song Walk, and you've asked me to check out Cemetery Gates. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope it doesn't get blocked or taken down. If so, make sure to go check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Rosalie Elliott. I might be able to post it there as well. But let's check out Cemetery Gates. Why do you love Pantera? What does their music mean to you? Drop a comment, click that like button, make sure to subscribe, and enjoy this with me. Graveyard Gates. Wait a minute. Homeboy got a voice. I could not really hear that in Walk. It was a neat composition, but the chorus and the lyrics were fairly straightforward. But his voice, is that Phil? Phil Anselmo, the lead vocalist? Oh my word. Whoa. You got operatic elements in there. That vocal range, the vibrato even. Sheesh. I think I like this one better than Walk even.
Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder aloud if you're watching over me, someplace far about. I must reverse my life. I can't live in the past.
switch.
chance to save my soul, and my concern is now in vain. Believe the word, I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery.
Huh. Wow. The guitar just mimicked what he did. No. Dang, dude. That's so sad. I wonder who was lost. Is it the mother, the father? It seems like a young kid in that music video, or a friend that is being laid to rest. Let me look up the lyrics. His voice is on another level. Oh my gosh. He's like a living electric guitar, a human electric guitar. I love how the electric guitar was mimicking him, and just the way that it was climbing higher and higher, the switch in rhythm, and the way it kept going back and forth to that melody, the rasp and grit in his voice. Wow. Reverent. Is this a conspiracy? Crucified for no sins, an image beneath me, lost within my plans for life. It all seems so unreal. I'm a man cut in half in this world, left in my misery. So relevant and so true. A poetically painted picture, these lyrics of loss. When you lose someone dear, and it all feels so unreal, and you wonder if you're being punished, or that person was being punished, or you just ask all the questions and you feel ripped in half. The Reverend, he turned to me without a tear in his eyes, nothing new for him to see. I didn't ask him why. Isn't that crazy? People like reverends, or people that are often in that field, in that profession of burials and funerals and laying people to rest. They sometimes, for some people, I guess it makes them numb to it, makes them cold or callous. And for some, they just get so used to it. It's hard to still feel that. If you're not directly affected by the loss of someone, you may just kind of, it's easier to not be broken into, because you either didn't know this person, so it affects you less, or if you're in that environment, you just get used to it. And now it's not as painful. But to the person who lost someone, who feels left in their misery and cut in half, it doesn't make sense. The love our souls had sworn to make. Now I watch the falling rain. I wonder if this is a lover now that it was laid to rest, since it speaks of the love that we had sworn to make. All my mind can see now is well, I guess you took my youth and gave it all away. Like the birth of a newfound joy, this love would end in rage. And when she died, I couldn't cry. The pride within my soul, you left me incomplete. All alone as the memories now unfold. I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery gates. Is this a way of saying I'm going to leave my door open in case you come back as a ghost? I'm going to pass the cemetery gates. I'm going to walk by where death is, where I've laid you to rest. But I'm going to leave my door unlocked in hopes that person's spirit or soul would come back. Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder aloud if you're watching over me, someplace far abound. I must reverse my life. I can't live in the past. Then set my soul free, belong to me at last. Through all these complex years, I thought I was alone. I didn't care to look around and make this world my own. Wow. When you lose someone and it tears you apart, it's hard to stay with the living, isn't it? It's hard to make this world your own, because your world is gone. You're the person that was your world left. So it would be hard to make this world your own, to actually be here, because for some, I think that would mean that they have to accept that the people that were their world to them are no longer here. But also, I think for some people, it's scary to make this world our own, to fully tap into living, because you're afraid that by doing so, you're now forgetting the dead, and you're leaving them behind, or betraying them and replacing them. But that's not what's happening, dear friend. The person you've lost, you're never going to replace, and you're not failing them by choosing life, or finding new love, or choosing to live. A matter of fact, I think it's the best way to honor the people that have gone. It's easier said than done when we're really crushed and torn in two. but please know that you can still choose life. When she died, I should have cried and spared myself some pain. You left me incomplete, all alone as the memories still remain. Wow. I should have cried and spared myself some pain, which is interesting because crying to me sounds like painful. But there's this paradox here, I suppose, that if you cry and you allow yourself to grieve, you spare yourself the pain of prolonged bitterness and suffering. Perhaps that's what this is talking about. When you don't cry and you hold it all back, that adds to your pain and turmoil. The way we were, the chance to save my soul, and my concern is now in vain. Believe the word. I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery gates. Wow. The anguish of loss and the struggle to find peace. People think this is a song inspired by the suicide of friends, the impact of a friend's death in New Orleans, or the desire to rejoin a lost one, a love lost in the afterlife. And the cemetery gates possibly implying this barrier between life and death. And so to say, I will pass the cemetery gates is that, as in, I'm going to let you go, I'm going to keep moving, or I'm that ghost now that will pass by. Perhaps that emotional journey of trying to pass those gates and move on and come to terms with grief and looking for some type of closure. The song was written by Phil Anselmo, who took inspiration from his friend's experiences with suicide and the pain of a friend's death in his local community. That's crazy. Profound lyrics. The way his voice was showcased on this one was absolutely awesome. What are your thoughts on this song? Talk to me in the comments. Subscribe for more music from around the world, all genres, all eras, all countries. I'm on a journey and I'm happy that you're here. Subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride. Heyo.